The first thing we are going to be doing is to cut out this our dart space. Can you see that I was cutting out before when I was drafting before I now stopped? Yeah, so you go ahead and cut that out. Please, if you haven't watched the drafting aspect of this, I'm going to link it in the description box. Go ahead and watch that, okay, and then come back. After that, you open up the center front of this outfit. You're going to have two patterns, the center front and then the side front. Remember that when we wanted to cut our back pattern, we had to take in the 3 inches that is where our button and curve button is supposed to be in. So now I'm going to open it up and then arrange it on the fabric. The fabric, you're going to fold it into 2. So the center front side, even though that it has a closed edge at the center front, you're still going to slash it open. So you go ahead and pin this carefully. The center front, there is not going to be any sewing allowance added there. The only place you're going to be adding sewing allowance to this pattern is the side that is going to be connected to the side front, and also the shoulder and the neck region. You're going to be adding 050 for all these. Remember that when we are cutting these outfits, I told you guys, when we were drafting it, I told you guys that the pattern paper was not enough. So I'm going to be adding, like making the full length of this outfit to be 53 or so. Do you understand? Yeah, so that is what we are going to do now. After pinning that down, we'll go ahead and also pin the side front down. And for the side front, we are not going to add any sewing allowance at the side, like towards the side that you are going to join to the back. We are going to add our sewing allowance, that's plus 050 at the point facing the center front. Yes, the fabric I'm using for this particular dress is a crepe material. I'll go ahead and cut out the center front first of all, and after cutting the center front, I'm going to slash the center front, the actual center front that is remember that this is a button down shirt, so that part is going to open up. So you're going to cut the part that you have that 3 inches. Yes, you're going to cut it out. So you also go ahead and cut out the side front as well. So we're going to go ahead and cut out the back. For the back pattern, I will not be adding any sewing allowance to this outfit. Remember that the front pattern, there was this dart space that we cut out, and it is still in the back pattern. So I won't add anything. I'll just cut the back pattern exactly like that. Do you understand? Yeah. The next thing we are going to do is to bring back our center front pattern, just the center front, just the first side, okay? The part we are going to be adding the buttons to and the buttonhole. So what you're going to do, remember we've slashed it open, okay? So you're going to have like 2 pieces. So you're going to proceed to fold it. You're going to fold it with 1 inch first of all. When you fold it, you're going to iron it down, just like how you do, like how bias is. Then after doing that, you're going to be using hemming gum to like adhere it together. Do you get? So when you are done with that, you are going to go ahead and turn it again. So at the end of it all, you are going to be having 2 inches. You've already used 2 inches. Do you understand? So you also iron it down and use your hemming gum and also hold it together. And after doing that, you proceed to do it for the other piece. That is, you have like 2 pieces, but be very careful when you're doing the second piece. Make sure that you're doing it at the back side. Remember that this is a white outfit, so like it might not really, there's no difference between the back and front. So make sure that you are doing it at the back, the wrong side. You're not folding this from the right side. Yeah, and we'll go to the sewing machine and run a stitch. That place that we folded in for the center front, you're going to run a stitch very closely to secure it down. Do you get? So when you're done with that, you go ahead and also run the second, like the stitch on the second one. Remember that you're going to have 2 pieces of this. The next thing you'll be doing is to get the side front and attach it to the center front, okay? When you're doing that, make sure that you attach it properly. You're not going to attach the side of the front side that you're going to attach with the back to the center front. Make sure that you do it, and once you're done, you also do it for the other side. So at the end of it all, you're going to now have like 2 pieces of the front pattern instead of having 4. You now bring the back pattern and just run it down with 050 sewing allowance. The center back of the ears, you just join it together. I know the center back is just 2, so by the time you join it together, it will be 1 piece, but for the front it's going to be 2 pieces. I'll go ahead and use open ironing technique and iron the back side of this clothes. so that it lays down properly. Also repeat the same thing for the front pattern, and I also iron that part that the center front, that part that we're going to be adding buttonhole and buttons to. I'll also iron it. I'll go ahead and bring the center front together and pin it together. But as I'm pinning it, the center front, I'm going to make sure that part that we sewed by 1 inch, they overlap each other. So I'll now get the back pattern and lay it down. Then I'll now get the front pattern and I just pin down, and then align the center of the front pattern, the neckline, to the center of the back pattern at the middle. In no way that place that we have joining. So when I'm done aligning that, you're going to notice that the back pattern is going to be bigger than the front pattern. The reason is this. Remember that for the front pattern, it had darts, but at the back, we didn't have any dart like that, and we didn't cut anything at the back, so that's why it is like that. So you're going to go ahead and trim off the excesses that is there. So you're now going to proceed to the sewing machine and join this cloth by 1 inch. Remember that for the front pattern, when we were drafting it, the sewing allowance we added was 1 inch. So you're going to use 1 inch to run these clothes on both sides. So at this point, I am going to join the shoulders together on both sides. Remember I told you guys during the pattern drafting stage that I'm going to be resizing this armhole. So what I'm going to do now is to go ahead and resize my armhole. My round armhole is 19 inches. I'm going to divide it by 2, making it 9.5 here. So I'll go ahead and just mark this and make sure that it's going to give me 9.5 by the time I am done joining it, which would then make the total to be 19. That's our round armhole. I'll go ahead and cut out the collar and then iron like stay onto it, and then join it to the body of the clothes. This video is not going to be focused on how to fix a collar, but I'm going to have that tutorial linked in the description box. That's if it goes up before this. If not, it's going to be the next tutorial. The next thing I'm going to do is to sew the sleeve and then attach it to the outfit. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, thumbs up this video, and I'll see you guys in my next one.